Hello everybody, and welcome back to Certified Collectibles. This is another episode of First Appearance of the Week. This is Wednesday, March 13th, 2024. We're giving you all the first appearances in your comic shops today. Now this week we have another good lineup for you guys. I think we have 4 first appearances, 3 honorable mentions. There's definitely some books you guys should pick up for your collection. So let's go ahead and get started for the first appearance of the week, week ending March 15th, 2024. First up from Marvel Comics, Star Wars Darth Vader number 44. This features a first team appearance of a rebel squad of cyborgs working for Vader. Now, we always recommend picking up the first appearance of new characters in Marvel titles, especially Marvel-published Star Wars titles. You know, Marvel Disney is still turning out a ton of media for the Star Wars franchise, and you really don't know where any of these characters they're introducing into the comics are going to end up. If they hit the screen, you know, collectors do race back and try to pick up these first appearances. So in our opinion, this is one we definitely think you should pick up for your collection. Go ahead and grab this one. Next up from Marvel Comics, Star Wars Mace Windu number 2. This features the first appearance of Yaya, a bounty hunter. Now, like we just mentioned, Marvel published Star Wars titles. These are books you want to own when there's a first appearance of a new character. And this here is the first appearance of Yaya, this bounty hunter. You know, collectors and fans really love bounty hunters. We don't really know anything about this particular character yet. But, you know, for $3 or $4, definitely worth picking this one up for your collection as well. Once again, another one we do think you should pick up. Go ahead and grab this one. Next up from Dark Horse, Star Wars High Republic Adventures number 4. Now, this is another Star Wars title on the list today. A lot of Star Wars titles. Now, this is not a Marvel published Star Wars title. This is Dark Horse, but you know, this High Republic Adventures series, hugely popular with fans, huge collector base, huge fan base, and this particular issue here has a lot of first appearances. I think there's 5 that we know of already. So this features the first appearance of Drigget Parse, a Nihil. Also features the first appearance of Jedi Master Flora Ridlig, the first appearance of Jedi Padawan Eric Lams, the first appearance of Jedi Master Tanny Brewell, and the first appearance of Jedi Padawan Yuan Gorkon. Now, like we always say with these Star Wars titles, there's a huge fan base, huge collector base. Anytime there's a first appearance, these are books you definitely want to own, especially when there's, 5 in this particular issue. This is one we definitely think you should pick up. Now, like I mentioned before, the High Republic Adventures, very popular with fans, and this one here does have 5 first appearances. Grab this one here for your collection. And finally from Dynamite, Thundercats number 2. This features the first appearance of Calica, a Thundercat. Now, the Thundercats franchise, hugely popular, huge fan base, huge collector base. You know, Thundercats is kind of like the cat version of the He-Man and Master of the Universe, and has just as dedicated and loyal fans. I think the first issue of this Thundercats series, printed over 100,000 copies, still sold out of distribution. You know, people are very happy with this series, and the fact that they're introducing a brand new Thundercat into the franchise here in issue number 2, this is another one we do think you should definitely pick up for your collection. So go ahead and grab this one. And now for the honorable mentions. From Dark Horse, John Carpenter's Toxic Commando Rise of the Sludge God number 1. Humanity's last hope against a toxic future rests with a private group of commandos who battle an ancient evil awoken during the search for clean energy. Now this here sounds like it lends itself very well to a small screen, big screen project, and Dark Horse has had a lot of their titles picked up an option in the past. This issue here does deal with clean energy, so it's very topical. When issues deal with very topical subject matter, that definitely gives them a little bit more push to be picked up an option. So this one here is going to be a spec bet if you choose to pick it up, because you are definitely specking on this getting option, making it to the screen, getting a lot more eyes on it, and sending collectors racing back to try to find this premiere issue. This is one we do think you should pick up for a spec, so grab it if you can to spec on. Otherwise, put in your B-list and take a look at it later on. Next up from AWA Upshot, Little Black Book number 1. A straight arrow handyman finds himself in the crosshairs of a ruthless crime syndicate along with his pregnant wife, but his deceased father's little black book of underworld contacts may prove to be the answer to his problems. Once again, sounds like it lends itself very well to a small screen, big screen project. And you know, AWA Upshot has been getting a lot more attention on their titles, and they have had some of their titles picked up an option. Now this one here does sound like it translates easily to the screen, so great spec in our opinion. Grab this one here for a spec if you can. If you can't, put in your B-list, but definitely keep an eye on this one. And finally from Image Comics, Napalm Lullaby number 1. A child with unimaginable power is raised to believe he is a god by a cult of zealots, utterly confident in the moral authority of their religion. Now once again, Image Comics has a lot of their titles picked up an option for small screen, big screen projects. You know, and this one here sounds like it translates easily to the screen as well. So another great spec in our opinion. You know, these small press and indie publishers, when these books get picked up an option, they don't really have to make it to the screen to send collectors racing back to try to find these issues. They just have to be optioned. A lot of them don't ever make it to the screen, but those books still trade for huge premiums in the secondary market. So you are specking on these books getting picked up an option for the screen, getting a lot more eyes on them, sending collectors racing back and trying to get these issues. Once again, this one here sounds like a great spec. Grab it if you can. If you can't, put it on your B-list and keep an eye on this one. So there you have the 7 titles we have for you guys this week. There's definitely books in there you guys should pick up for your collection. So please feel free to drop some comments in the comment section below. Thumbs up if you like this video. And as always, please remember to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you for joining us here at Certified Collectibles, and we'll see you again next time.